Hey guys, it's Nem and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new here. So today I'm going to be doing my top 3 makeup favorites, makeup products that I recommend in each category, in every makeup category. So we have top 3 foundations, top 3 concealers, top 3 blushes, top 3 eyeshadow palettes, which I recommend to you guys and that are my favorites. And this was very hard to narrow down, but it's going to be a fun one, and you guys are going to get a mixture of drugstore and high-end. So I hope you guys enjoy it. My top 3 makeup products in every category. Let's get into it. So let's start off with primers. So for primers, my first favorite and product that I recommend is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. This one is such a great primer. It is such a blurring, smoothing primer, but it just makes your skin super soft and super moisturized, which is perfect to have as a base for foundation. This one I've pretty much run out of, as you guys can see. It's definitely one of my favorite primers ever, and I just absolutely love it. I'm not a huge fan of Fenty Beauty, but this one honestly blew my mind, and I definitely need to get a new one. And yeah, if you're just looking for a super hydrating, just really creamy primer underneath your foundation, almost kind of like a moisturizer as well, you will absolutely love this one. So that is the Fenty primer. And I also have this one I've raved about 100 times on my channel. This is the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. This one just leaves you with a dewy finish. Like if you want a dewy finish, this is the primer to go for, and it leaves you with a very glossy finish without the stickiness, without the oiliness. It almost just feels like a moisturizer that's super lightweight, but gives you, can you guys see that? It gives you that super dewy, glossy look without the stickiness. It's what I have underneath my foundation right now, and I just absolutely love it. Blends into the skin, leaves you with a beautiful dewy finish. And then my other one that I recommend is the E.L.F Poreless Putty Primer, which of course everyone knows about this. It's such a pore filling primer. If you have large pores, if you want to blur out any, you know, dry areas on your skin, any blemishes, you just want to smooth over it, blur your skin, make it look like a filter, this is the way to go. It's super lightweight. It's a very nice putty creamy formula, and I love to put this mainly in this area right here. I do like to put it all over as well, but I like to focus it mainly in this area because this is where it's going to look more blurred. So absolutely love this primer as well, and it's drugstore. You cannot go wrong with it. So definitely check it out. It's, you know, a very highly rated primer, and it's really good. So for foundation, I have to start off with this one, my holy grail foundation. This is the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. They have a pro matte as well. The Pro Glow is my go-to. It just leaves me again with a beautiful dewy natural finish. It looks like skin. I absolutely love it. The shade range isn't good. That's the only downside, but apart from that, the actual formula and finish and how it looks on the skin just looks so natural, but gives you a dewy finish. So if you're looking for a nice glowy foundation that's going to feel lightweight and look natural, then go for this one. And it covers really well as well. Medium coverage, even says here radiant finish, normal to dry skin, hydrating, also has SPF 15 in there as well. It's definitely my holy grail foundation. And also another holy grail foundation, which I've talked about before, is the Makeup Forever HD foundation. This is the invisible cover foundation. It's so seamless. You can't see where it starts and where it stops. They have so many shades to choose from. And I wouldn't say it's full. I'd say it's like the perfect medium coverage. It is so lightweight, again, covers enough. It makes your skin look super smooth, and it's definitely for all skin types. So, you know, no matter if you have dry skin, oily skin, combination, this is one of those foundations where it works for a range of skin types. And I would definitely check it out if you haven't tried it already. And another foundation I wanted to mention as well has become a quick favorite to me, and it's the one that I have on my skin right now. This is the Wet n Wild Dewy foundation. It gives me a really nice medium coverage. Again, you can build it up to a nice full coverage, and it just, again, leaves you with a healthy glow, leaves you with just a radiant finish, and again looks skin-like. None of these foundations look heavy on the skin. They're all very lightweight and very breathable on the skin, which is why they are my favorites and why I recommend them to you guys as well. So those are those 3 foundations. So let's move on into concealers. My top 3 concealers. The first one is going to be the Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer. So this, I mean, you guys can see I have used up so much. It is my absolute favorite concealer. It is extremely full coverage. It even says here tattoo covering, and it's waterproof as well. It does not budge. It's so full coverage. If you have anything that you want to cover, it's going to cover it, but again, still feels lightweight on the skin. I am all about having medium to full coverage products without it feeling heavy or caked, and this is one of those concealers where it gives you just instantly a full coverage finish, so you don't even have to put that much on, like just a few dots, and it's very full coverage, but again, very creamy and very lightweight. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate concealer. I love this one because it is a medium to full coverage concealer, but it's so hydrating. It has hyaluronic acid in there as well, great for just plumping the under eyes, making it look plump, leaves you with a nice satin natural finish, and again, covers really well. Super creamy, super hydrating, almost feels a little bit cooling as well underneath the eyes. And yeah, if you're just looking for a really great creamy concealer that's gonna cover, then you're gonna absolutely love this one. Another one, a holy grail, M.A.C Pro Longwear Concealer. It is one of my favorite and first ever concealers that I ever tried. So this is the Pro Longwear Concealer. It comes in a glass bottle, and it does come with a pump, so not your traditional concealer with the wand. This one is so full coverage and so moisturizing. Again, almost feels kind of cooling underneath the eyes. It goes a long way. You just need a tiny little pump and it goes a long way. This is a very unique formula. I can't describe it. It's not like a normal concealer because it is in a pump. It's like a liquid creamy concealer, and it stays put. It is very long lasting, so you guys will absolutely love this one. Don't sleep on it. Moving on into powder. So this one, one of my favorites. This is a great drugstore powder. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I have mine in transparent, although they do have other shades as well, but transparent is the one that I always get. It's not going to mess up with my foundation and add color. It's just a clear powder, but it makes your skin so smooth and so matte, but a nice matte, and it's what I have on my skin right now. Every time I want to go for a matte finish, I always top it off with this powder because it's gonna make my makeup stay in place, because this, I don't know what it does, but it makes your makeup stay in place. It really makes your makeup stay in place, but it also doesn't add color, doesn't add too much coverage. It's just a very smoothing, mattifying powder. And another one that I love as well is the M.A.C Mineralize Skinfinish, which is in my other recommendation. This is basically like a baked powder. Again, I've used this up, I've hit pan. It is a baked powder, and it's basically a mineralized skin finish where it has a little bit of a sheen, just a little bit. So when you do put it over your skin, it gives you almost like a very, very, very light sheen, adds a little bit of dimension. So if you don't want that flat matte look and you just want a little bit of a glow, this is the powder to go for. And then the last powder, of course, Mercier Holy Grail powder right here. This is the translucent loose powder, which I think everyone and their mum probably owns this. There will never ever be a powder that will beat Laura Mercier in terms of loose powders. This is the best loose powder that I have ever tried, and I've tried a lot, and I always go back to this. This is one that I think I could never ever ever, you know, replace. It's just such a smoothing, lightweight, translucent powder. It makes your under eyes look so filtered and so smooth. It doesn't make your under eyes look dry. It doesn't settle into any fine lines, any creases underneath the eyes. It just keeps your concealer in place and does not budge. And you can set it all over your foundation as well. It is such a great translucent powder. Now moving on into bronzers, we have the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer. This one is in the shade Butter Biscuit, and this one is such a great cream bronzer. Now my other two are powders, but this one I had to include. I have never found a cream bronzer that has been so good to me before in terms of shade and formula and just the way it goes on, and this is it. I think this is probably one of the best cream bronzers that I have ever played with and tried. When you put it on, it blends really nicely into the skin, melts into the skin. It's very creamy, and it's one of those products where it's very sheer, which I love because you can build it, and cream bronzers and bronzers in general can be quite harsh if you do have fair skin. So having a product like this which just melts into the skin and is sheer just means that you can build it up to however much you like it, and you don't have to worry about it being too orange or anything like that. It's very emollient, is that the word? Very very creamy, very creamy. Another bronzer that I absolutely love is the MAC Global Glow Bronzer. Now this one's a debate because apparently it's a highlighter, but I use it as a bronzer. This one is in Global Glow, which means it just has kind of, you know, like that bronzy tone, bronzy finish. Of course, this can be a highlighter on deeper skin tones, but on me, I use it as a baked shimmery bronzer, which is why I love it, because I love my matte bronzers, but sometimes I just want a radiant, bronzy, shimmery bronzer. And this is the way to go when I want to glow, when I want to give myself a nice bronze, and I don't want to be too matte. This is the one that I sweep over my cheeks, and it just gives me that instant warmth, but with a glow. Now, the other bronzer that I fell in love with and is drugstore is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. You heard me, Silky Matte is what it's called, and it really is silky matte. It is like baby powder. It is so finely milled, so soft, no fallout ever. It is just the most creamiest, smooth bronzer that I've ever tried. The shade is perfect, the formula is perfect. I love this shade. I love this product. It's one of my favorite bronzers. Definitely check it out if you're looking for a good matte bronzer that you can contour with or that you can bronze with. This is the way to go. Let's move on into blushes. So for blushes, one of my favorite blushes, and I only picked out one shade to show, is the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes. They just give you a really, really nice flush to the cheeks. This is what I have on right now. This one is in the shade Fearless. I don't know if they make this shade anymore, but it is a very nice bright coral pink. And I love that they are pigmented but buildable, if that makes sense. Like, it gives you a really, really nice color payoff, but you can still build it, so you can share it out. They're really, really smooth. One of my other favorite blushes, again, I only picked one, MAC blushes. I mean, if you don't own a MAC blush, you have to. One of my favorites is the Breath of Plum shade. This is a nice plum purple pink, and this one is just my holy grail. Like, in winter, it's the most perfect mauve plummy blush. All year round I wear it, but especially in winter as well. It's, again, a creamy matte, and it just, these are pigmented, these are more pigmented. It definitely is more of a, you know, bam, you're wearing blush kind of blush with the MAC blushes. Some can be sheer, but this one in particular is quite strong. But I love it. So when I want to go for a strong blush, I do tend to go for MAC blushes because they do have really, really, really great pigment and payoff. So if I want to go for a sheerer blush, I'll go for other brands. And for a drugstore option, I do have the Milani Baked Blush. So again, as I was saying with the bronzers, sometimes I like a matte blush, but sometimes I also like a mineralized kind of baked glowy blush, and these ones are perfect, the Milani ones. I have 3 shades, but the one I'm going to show today is Berry Amour, which is a nice, again, plum pink with a golden sheen. So it has a little bit of gold running through it. So it is going to leave you with, you know, glowy cheeks, a glowy flush, glowy color payoff, and it's going to add a little bit of a highlight as well. So if you are someone who loves glowy blushes and you kind of like a 2-in-1 with a highlight and a blush in one, then you will love these ones. For highlighter, moving on, we're going to go into the Revolution Reloaded highlighters. These are some of my favorite highlighters. I do have a few shades. This one is Just My Type, which is a really, really, really nice pink. Super, super, super glowy. These are like bam in your face highlight, and I am wearing one right now today, as you can see. That's the one I'm wearing, Just My Type. And then we also have Raise the Bar, which is more of a gold, and this one is like a nice icy gold. So that's more pink, that's more gold. If you are looking for a really, really, really just beaming highlight, you're gonna absolutely love these ones. I love these for the days where I really want to glow. Another holy grail highlighter is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter, which I don't think they make anymore, and I am holding on to this for dear life because I'm scared that I won't be able to get it again. It's one of the best highlighters ever. It is a pure gold highlight, and it is just a very creamy, highly pigmented golden highlight. If you are looking for the perfect gold, this is the one. It melts into the skin, which is why I love it. It's not powdery, it's not a, you know, it doesn't look chalky. It's just the most perfect melt in your skin highlighter and perfect gold. Another one that I love is the MAC Strobe Face Glaze. This one's discontinued, although they are coming back with it in their new fall collection. And this one is basically like the dewy primer that I showed from Makeup Revolution earlier, but in a highlight version. This just leaves you with a very glass-like finish highlighter in liquid form. So you can see right there slightly, you can see how it's like super dewy right there. This is one where it just leaves you with a very glass-like dewy finish without adding too much color and no glitter, no shimmer. I feel like this video is already too long. I'll try and whiz through it, but next we're going to move on into brows. So one that quickly became my favorite and I recently talked about is the Huda Beauty brow pencil. I think that everyone needs this in their collection. It comes with a spoolie and the most fine pencil that I've ever seen from an eyebrow pencil. It is very fine. You can do very tiny little strokes. Sometimes brow pencils can be a little too thick and I end up filling in way more than I need. So a pencil like this, which is so tiny, is perfect to just really get in and do 1 or 2 little strokes. So if you are someone who is looking for a very fine tip eyebrow pencil, this is the way to go. Another one that I love is the E.L.F Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This is one of my holy grail brow pencils from the drugstore, and this one is very fine as well, but it's a little more rounded. So this one I like for actually filling in my entire brow. The Huda Beauty one is to do just, you know, a few little strokes and make it look more hair-like, whereas if I actually want to shape my brows and fill them in a little more, then I'll go in with the E.L.F one because it's still fine, but it's more rounded, so it's going to give me a softer finish. Whereas the Huda Beauty one is a little more sharp, so you have to be careful with how you actually apply it. Whereas this one, because it's so soft, I feel like I don't mess up as much as using like a sharp eyebrow pencil. So this one's great if you just want a soft brow and you want to fill it in all the way through, and these two go hand in hand. So another one from E.L.F is the Wow Brow Gel. If you are looking for a brow gel but you don't like those typical, you know, kind of liquidy brow gels, this is the way to go. This is a brow gel, but it's a fiber brow gel. So it's not your traditional liquid brow gel. It's almost like, it almost feels quite dry, like there's no product on it. And when you actually look at it, you can see little fibers and really tiny little hairs. You won't be able to tell, I don't think, but it has just a coating of really little tiny fibers. And what that means is you can fill in your brows, give your brows shape, color, tint, but it's also going to fill them in with tiny little hairs because it is a fiber gel. And this is just, again, great for setting, but also great for actually using, rather than a pencil, actually filling in your brows and getting it filled in and looking natural. Moving on into eyeshadow palettes. So one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, and I think everyone needs, is the Tarte Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1 eyeshadow palette. This is probably one of the best eyeshadow palettes that I own, purely because of not only the shades, but the formula is out of this world. These glitters at the top really make this palette. The mattes as well are so matte. You even have some sequin finishes, which what that means is it is kind of like a matte, but it has some shimmer in there as well. And then you have actual metallics as well. So you have a range of shades, neutral shades, with a pop of some pinks and berries in there and oranges as well. Gunmetal shades. I mean, it is a palette that you are going to reach for, you know, day looks, for night looks, for bright looks, for autumn looks with the oranges and the coppers, and then you have, you know, silvers and blacks for like New Year's Eve, and then you have these really fun purples, insane glitters. And we can do one of these sequin blacks. This is a black, but it has a ton of gold. Can you see that? It's a black with a ton of gold shimmer in there. The second one that I recommend is the Violet Voss Holy Grail eyeshadow palette. This is one of my favorite Holy Grail eyeshadow palettes, and this is a, again, neutral eyeshadow palette, but I love it for the formula and also for the color story. I feel like I can reach for this palette all year round, and it has every single neutral shade that I need, and shimmery shades as well for like my lid color, my crease color, you know, smoky shades, again with the berries, with the orange. It's such a great neutral palette. If you're just looking for a good sized neutral palette that has a great formula, that has great payoff, and you feel like that you can reach for every single day, this is the way forward. So again, it has like these really nice light shades. It has a nice gold, bronze, you know, deep brown mattes, the plums, just everything. I just absolutely love this palette. The next one is going to be a little controversial, but I'm still going to mention it, and it is what I have on my eyes right now. This is one of my favorite purple pink eyeshadow palettes, and when I want to go for a bright look, I tend to go for purples and pinks because I just feel like it's my color and it's what I love. I love every single color on my eyes, but purples and pinks I definitely have a soft spot for. So when I saw this eyeshadow palette, I fell in love with it, not only because of the color story but the formula as well. And I think he has some of the best eyeshadow formulas, or probably the best eyeshadow formula in the industry, and that is the Jeffree Star Bloodlust eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like if you guys have not seen it. It has, you know, a range of purples and pinks. It looks like a very standard purple pink palette, but the formula is incredible and it's what I have on my eyes right now. I didn't go as heavy as I wanted to. I wanted to just do a little soft purple moment. If you see purple and pink on my eyes, 9 times out of 10 it's probably from this palette, although I do use upper purple and pinks on my eyes as well. But I do love the Bloodlust palette anyway, so I did want to mention that one as well. Moving on into eyeliner. So I do have 2 liquid eyeliners and 1 pencil. Let's start with the pencil. This one is, I think, one of the best eyeliners. It is high-end that you can put in your waterline. If you want a eyeliner that does not budge in the waterline, if you struggle with, you know, getting the panda eyes where it kind of runs down, or just nothing stays put in your waterline, this is one of the best ones that you can go for, and it is the NARS. I think they've changed the name now. It's called the High Pigment Longwear Eyeliner. This is the nude one. This is brand new. I picked it up not long ago. This is in the shade Root Bonaparte. It's the best nude eyeliner for all skin tones. It does not budge. It is the only nude eyeliner, or eyeliner in general, that does not budge in my waterline, because it's very waxy, which is a good thing for waterlines. If your eyeliner is very creamy, it's gonna melt, it's gonna budge, it's gonna, you know, run down. But if you do go for more of a waxy, very kind of almost drying eyeliner, that's a good thing, because it means it's actually going to stay put on the waterline. And this is one of those ones where it's a very thick, waxy eyeliner, and it gives really, really, really amazing color payoff and stays put. For liquid eyeliners, this one is a underrated one. This is the Folklore Beauty Superfine Artist Eyeliner, and this is one of the best eyeliners that I have ever tried. I think it beats my MAC one. This is such a fine tip, but what I love about it is the finish. It is a true matte black eyeliner. When I say matte black, I mean matte black. It goes on, you know, shiny at first, and then it dries to the most beautiful matte eyeliner. So if you are someone who loves a very crisp matte finish on the eyes for eyeliner, you are going to absolutely love it. It's just one of the best underrated eyeliners. And of course, as I mentioned, the MAC one is also another holy grail. This one is very similar. Fine tip again. As you can see, I love my pen eyeliners. This one is a little more flexible, and this one I feel like you can just create your eyeliner really quickly, whereas the super fine one is very fine, so you have to actually be careful with how you apply it. This one just glides. It's very smooth, and it just glides easily. Also, this one does not budge, it does not fade. It's 24-hour wear, or up to 24-hour wear, and this is the one that I always go for. You guys know I always buy this. Moving on into mascaras, I think I'm gonna whisk past this because we are, you know, making this video too long. Lancome Hypnose Drama mascara, one of the best ones. It honestly is just such a great full volume mascara. If you want your lashes to look so volumized and so curled and just give a lot of body to your lashes, the Lancome one, this one hits the spot. Also my favorite, the Maybelline Big Shot Colossal Mascara. Again, same thing, volumizes the lashes. It's very intense, gives you that false lash effect, and again just makes your lashes look very full and almost kind of like spidery. So if you don't like that effect, you might not like that with the Maybelline Big Shot Colossal. And of course, another one that I think everyone raves about is the Essence Lash Prints False Lash Effect mascara. This one is funny because I actually didn't like it at first, and now it's like my absolute favorite. It has more of a skinnier tip towards the end. This gets every single lash, every single root. The reason that I love this one is it doesn't volumize as much as the other ones because those have bigger brushes. This one just really lifts your lashes and holds them in place and curls them. It just makes your lashes look so doll-like and so perfect, and it's drugstore. It's very affordable. You cannot go wrong with it. It honestly is a holy grail mascara, and it's one that I think everyone needs. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. I'm sure you guys have it. If you don't though, you need it. Moving on into lips, let's move on into lip liners. So I have 3 right here, which I absolutely love. The Morphe lip liner, this one is in the shade Bite Me. Morphe lip liners in general, so not just specifically this shade, but this shade is beautiful on its own. It is a neutral brown. If you're looking for that perfect brown lip liner, you're gonna absolutely love this one. Again, a nice kind of like light coffee chocolatey brown, which is great for all nude lipsticks, and it's a great creamy lip liner. Those ones aren't tough and too drying. It's just so creamy. Another one that I love, the M.A.C lip liners. This one is in the shade Whirl, which is my go-to lip liner. Every time I want to do the most just perfect nude lip, I always go for Whirl because it has a little bit of a pinkiness to it, but still neutral. It's kind of like my lips but better, and it is what I have on right now. So again, Whirl is just that kind of pinky one. And last but not least, this one I've used up so much. It's the NYX Natural Lip Liner. Specifically for this shade, it's just, again, your lips but better. It's not too pink, it's not too brown, it's not too peachy. It is definitely more of like a flat, neutral, natural lip liner shade. Whereas this one is more brown and this one's more kind of mauvey pink. This one is just like your standard every single day natural lip liner color. That is what you need, no matter what skin tone you are. This is such a great lip liner to just line your lips without adding really any color. It just makes your lips look full but doesn't actually add too much color. So this is the way forward, the natural shade. Yeah, I love all of these lipsticks. This is the oh my god, the Il Makiage lipsticks with Carly Bible. So these are limited edition. I don't think you can get some of these anymore, but I will show you a few anyway. So creamy, so just out of this world. It's unreal what these are like. They are so velvety, smooth and soft. This is in the shade Libra, which is like a really nice grey nude. That one is Taurus right there. A really nice mauvey pink for everyday. Again, really nice natural color. Honestly, these lipsticks, if you can get your hands on them, they just look so full on the lips. They're so creamy and they have great color payoff. They have great shades. I've raved about them before. It is truly my holy grail lipsticks. Next, MAC lipsticks. Who doesn't own a MAC lipstick? If you don't, you need them. I'm just gonna again whiz through this. I have 2 shades right here. We have Myth. These are my 2 go-tos. Myth is a really nice peachy nude. It is the one that I have on my lips right now. I don't need to say too much about this. Flesh Pot is my favorite nude ever. It is a very light concealer nude. MAC lipsticks are just iconic lipsticks. You cannot go wrong with them. They have, I think, over 200 shades, over God knows how many finishes now, maybe over 10 finishes, you know, mattes, super mattes, creamy finishes, glossy finishes, sheer finishes as well if you don't want too much on the lips. MAC lipsticks, I don't need to say too much about them. I think you guys need to check them out. If you don't own any, you will find your shade in a MAC lipstick. And another holy grail lipstick is the Sephora Cream Lip Stains. These are liquid lipsticks, but very moussey, very lightweight on the lips, very comfortable. They leave you with a soft matte finish on the lips, so it's not going to be like that liquid lipstick drying type of finish. These 2 shades are beautiful. This one is in number 14, which is like a really nice blackberry kind of berry shade. Number 13, which is 13 and 14. I didn't even know that. Yeah, number 13 is like a nice mauve, really nice mauve shade, mauve pinky shade. That one's great for every day. They're super moussey, super comfortable on the lips, and it's just not that traditional liquid lipstick kind of finish. So if I do want to go for a liquid lipstick or a matte finish that's not going to budge throughout the day and that I can eat and drink with, the Sephora lip creams are the ones that I always go for. Last but not least, moving on into lip gloss. I think I am going to skip setting sprays because this video is already too long. But for lip glosses, some of my favorites are the NYX Butter glosses. If you don't own one, again, what are you doing? If you are looking for a creamy lip gloss that is pigmented, that is not sticky, the NYX Butter glosses really are like butter. They just glide on the lips, super smooth, super glossy without the stickiness. And again, they have a ton of shades. So this one is one of my new favorites. It's in the shade Madeline, which is just a true brown nude. If you are someone who loves brown lip glosses, brownie nudes, you will love that one. So again, that one is Madeline. Creme Brulee, one of my favorites. Peachy nude lip gloss. And again, you can see, look at that, how much color payoff it gives. Super glossy. My other top pick for lip glosses are these two from Bare Minerals. These are the Gen Nude Buttercream lip glosses. Again, very buttery, very creamy, very smooth, and very glossy. It gives you that high shine finish, glass-like finish on the lips. And again, absolutely not sticky. These are very underrated. This one is in the shade Tantalize, which is a nice brown lip gloss shade. So again, if you are someone who loves kind of like a coffee brown lip gloss, that's that one right there. And also this one is my favorite. This is Groovy, which is like a pale nudie pink right there. And last but not least for lip gloss, MAC lip glosses. Well, MAC lip glass is what it's called. Again, these give you a super shiny finish. These to me aren't sticky, but I think to a lot of other people they do find them sticky, so just bear that in mind. It really depends on the person. I don't mind the sticky lip gloss anyway. They aren't like overly sticky, but they aren't as creamy and as buttery as the other two that I mentioned. But I love the MAC lip glosses just because, again, they have a lot of high shine and a lot of glitter and shimmer in them, where they're just going to give me just that pearlized, you know, finish that I want on my lips. One of my favorites is Very Go Lightly, which is a very light gold shimmer. So again, these two are shimmery. So these ones do have glitter in them and have that pearlized finish. That's Very Go Lightly. It has a nice gold sheen. We have a ton of glitter. And then we have Mystic Powers, which is like a really nice peachy pink. Again, with like silver glitter, gold glitter, just multi-dimensional glitters. And this one is more of that peachy pink. So yeah, these ones are a little more stickier as opposed to the other ones, but to me they aren't really that sticky. My camera just cut off because I'm running out of space because I'm talking too much, but that is that MAC lip gloss right there as well. Those ones I definitely recommend. So I'm going to end the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got some great recommendations from high-end to drugstore, and it was just a fun video to do, to actually show you guys my top 3 makeup products that I would choose and that I would also recommend to you guys in every single category. So again, these ones are products that I reach for all the time. You know, there isn't anything here that I don't reach for, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys as well. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down below if you're going to be picking anything up, or if some of these are your favorites as well. I'd love to know. Or let me know what your favorite makeup products are in each category as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, and I hope everyone is staying safe. So until next time, I'll speak to you guys all in my next video.